Hello, guys. Some 7 months back, I did a list of tobacco fragrances. I think it was just before winter. And usually, tobacco fragrances I recommend for colder months. They develop nicely and they're appropriate, like boozy, oud, rose, incense, smoky, tobacco. These fragrances are perfect for colder months. But then, I think like let's redo this list a little bit. I have bought a few more fragrances since then, and there are going to be some old ones, some new ones. So if you're a big fan of tobacco, you can try these fragrances. I'm saying these are some of the best. There are many others going to be missing. So if you are saying like, where is this, where is that, maybe they're in my past, like list. So you cannot like, let's say, put all the fragrances together. Okay, so occupying 12 fragrance and 12 list is going to be the list today. So let me just tell you, these are from my collection. There are plenty more out there. There are thousands of other fragrances. So whatever you like, you enjoy. Okay, and if you have more niche or more expensive fragrance, also great. Okay, so let's start with one fragrance. This nobody's going to show you nowadays. This is from House of Aramis, called Havana or Havana. So Havana basically is, you can say Havana is like, the name is kind of like pure Havana, which I'm not featuring today. That is from Thierry Mugler. This tobacco is a little bit different. Okay, this is not your typical run-in-the-mill tobacco. I'm wearing that fragrance there. It is a bit old school, classic, like gentlemanly fragrance. Very underrated. This one has some greenness to it, a little bit of florals, a little bit of a, that was that note. Some green, like the base was that note I'm thinking. Oak moss, yeah, it has a little bit of oak moss at the base. So it is very interesting, and it's a little bit for mature noses. There's another one I prefer over this from same house, but this one I think is very heavily underrated. This whole line is a bit hard to find, but if you test them, they are like about 7 or 8 in this list, in this lineup. They're all great in their own ways. So this is called Havana from House of Aramis. Great fragrance for, I think, you can say almost all year round. Okay, longevity is not bad. So number 11 is one of the cheapest in this list, I think, and this is a must-have for everybody because it's such a playful and fun fragrance. This is gonna be CH. Man, when I wake up, sometimes my brain is like almost like fade out or something like that. I'm really sorry about that. This CK1 Shock for him. So there are two versions of this, men and women, and they do have this nice graffiti on the bottle, like the neon green. I saw this first time in 2015 or 12, somewhere in Manchester, London, and I felt the bottle was so ugly and then so tacky. I did not want to buy it, but it was a mistake because the smell is so nice. If possible, I'll tell you from my experience, if you can get the silver spray version, which is going to be this part, above part is going to be silver color, get that one. That one is a vintage, lasts longer than the current formulation. This one still gives me within, like, not interior, like if you stay inside indoors, it's going to give you like 3 to 4 good hours. For the price, I think it's very, very good. CK1 Shock, I think you should get back a bottle if they in case reformulate this further. Okay, CK1 Shock, like a fruity sweet tobacco, very wearable and very fun fragrance. Okay, so number 10 is one of the biggest fragrance in the community, and this one doesn't make so much higher up in the order because this is not a tobacco all the way. This one has other notes, which this is famous for, like tropical fruit punch, amber, some of the other notes they have. But mostly this fragrance I just love for the overall composition, Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDP. The EDT is also very, very good, but the EDP feels like a little bit more sweeter, a little bit more dense, and a little bit thicker, even though their longevity, all of them are kind of moderate. This one smells so good. This one smells like upper class fragrances from the designer side. Every time you smell it, this fruitiness, this amberiness, and the tobacco is so nice, and the tropical fruit punch, these things like really, really make this fragrance very beautiful. So women sort of love this fragrance on men, like Bulgari Man in Black. They're all great. Okay, but this one has a special place in everybody's heart. It's a sweetheart in community. Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDP. That's my number 10. Number 9 is the other Aramis I was talking about. This is very hard to find now and so expensive. I bought this first time for I think for $40, not more than $45, but then it got discontinued and it's super hard to find. I sold off my bottle. Sorry. And then I had to pay so much more money to get this bottle, Aramis Tobacco Reserve. So if you see this juice color, it's very dark. But when I bought this for the first time, it was dark green, and they changed color over the years. and it's absolutely fun to watch. It becomes more dense. So this one has sweetness. It's a little bit more sweet than the Havana. The Havana one is a little bit more, how to say, like the green side is a little bit more. It's a little bit like a masculine, or like old school. This one is more modern, as the name suggests, modern reserve. Sorry, tobacco. Man, I'm really fed up with myself now. What's wrong with me? Modern reserve. Anyway, so modern reserve, another fragrance, I think. Anyway, so tobacco reserve, you get that modern tobacco, and then you also get a little bit of iris play in this. I think a little bit of a sweetness, some fruitiness, and some florals. It's very, very beautiful, and it is not as green as it used to be in the early years. Okay, so it's sweeter variant of tobacco. It's like almost like those tobacco, they sell in cherry tobacco in the airports or 7-Eleven. They sell the pack and you have to make it yourself and then smoke it. You get like a flavored tobacco. It's like that. Okay, so that's like Aramis tobacco reserve. So number 8, I think. Number 8 is a fragrance, I think, from House of Versace. Some people say they don't get any tobacco from this. I have 2 Versace. This one is the daytime wear for me. This one works great all year round. The dry down is fabulous. This is called Versace the Dreamer. So fun thing about this fragrance is the vintage stuff, like the first early years, they used to come with a cap. And then I think that one had some issue with the spray. It wouldn't spray so well. Then you changed the spray a little bit, but they did not change the formulation so much. So basically the vintage I smelled and this very similar. Performance also great. One of the best looking bottles ever with the Medusa head. So this is still affordable and available, and people are not really talking about it much. Like only a few handful of reviewers actually know the value of it. Ashton or say Chad, these are the guys who love this, and I do love it too. So this is one of the best Versace ever made, mind you. And it has this lavender, it has a little bit of a rose, and then the tobacco. These 3 main notes are there. It's a fresh perfume, but as time progresses, it becomes a little bit more powdery. So the fresh tobacco leaf smell is very beautiful. Like with the lavender, it is not for everybody. It is like love it or hate it. But if you get a little bit mature nose, you love this Versace the Dreamer. Such a dreamy fragrance. You can wear this best thing in summer also. Like winter, summer, it works great. Number 7, I was going to actually feature Bulgari's Man in Black, but then I changed my mind and I decided to go with this one, Spicebomb. Why not Spicebomb Extreme? Great fragrance, one of the best fragrances in designer side, discontinued, a bit more expensive. I usually show that. That one has a little bit more of a niche style, like Parfum de Marly meets Victor and Rolf, kind of a vanillic, hookah tobacco. This one gets you like peppery, like pink pepper, black pepper, kind of like citrus in the opening. Then you get that beautiful tobacco. I just absolutely adored Spicebomb from the day one because of how awesome this bottle looks. And Spicebomb line nowadays have too many gimmicky releases. I bought a few, but the green bottle, the red ones, they did not really work for me. This and Spicebomb Extreme and the Fresh, these 3 are the ones that I really loved. I think I sold off my Spicebomb Fresh. Sometimes you do need emergency cash, so you have to let some things go that you love. But this is the goat. Back in the days, the vintage Spicebomb, if you can get that one goes like 15 hours plus. The new formulation, you get like 6 to 7 hours mark, but great playful fragrance and more watered down, so it's wearable in summer also. Spicebomb by Victor and Rolf. It's a playful, flirty, and sexy fragrance. So we have 6 left. And the 6 that I have here are absolute genius. Okay, if you consider the last 6 or the first 6 that I just now showed, if you think those are like okay, try, not must buy, the final 6 are the ones that you really need to check out. These are some of the best I have in my collection. Number 6, I'll start with Chergui. Chergui, as you can see, the juice color is dark, but I tell you, I had a vintage one. Check out my Chergui review on channel Joyamin. Just search by Chergui Joyamin. The few years back, the one I did, I had a smaller bottle, I think. That one was dark. That one was double darkness than this. So this is like modern formulation, and it's getting dark by the day. And this one is not as heavy as the previous one, which was a bit too like powdery thick, and I felt the hay note in that one was too much in there, like a bit powdery, too much powdery for our weathers. Like that would be perfect for UK or some of your colder countries, Iceland, wherever you are. colder countries, the older formulation would be perfect. But this one, it's more wearable, reachable, but still very sweet, and that powderiness is still there. But I think this fragrance is made more wearable for all year round now. Oh man, hold on. I think yeah, there is the atomizer can be taken off, so I almost took it out. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really nice. So this one, you have to let it sit in your collection. If you want the sorry, best of Chergui, you have to let it sit in your collection for like say 6 months. It will get really, really mature, and I think you'll get the best outcome of Chergui. This is a masterpiece, trust me. Even in the modern formulation, Serge Lutens makes some great fragrances. Okay, so that's number 6. Number 5, these are my choices. This is hard to find now. 1 million Prive by Pakur Raban. Just give me a second. Sorry, I need to clear out my throat. Sorry about that. When you wake up, sometimes it happens. So 1 million Prive. This fragrance is the most super underrated from the line. People talk about 1 million, 1 million, the new ones, Elixir, whatever, but people hardly talk about this one. Okay, this one, I think, if not the best, it's one of the best from the line. And this is 5 bottles backup, or like if you want to get some backup bottle, this is one of the fragrances you should get. So when it was out, people compared with Pure Havana, fragrances like those, and it does have the cherry sweetness. So the fruitiness from this fragrance is what makes this fragrance perfect. It's wearable, it's perfect for office, it's not as loud or juvenile. So this is more mature. And if you like the best, if you want to get the best from 1 million line, you have to get Absolutely Gold. These two are the best from this line, trust me. The Elixir is very, very nice. Then some of the other flankers too, but this one, 1 million Prive, is the big boy in the like big boy or big bro in the line. Beautiful fragrance. If you love cherry tobacco combination, this thing actually can sort of be a replacement sort of for Pure Havana, in my humble opinion. Okay, 1 million Prive. Number 4, I showcased this yesterday. Did I whistle? Okay. 1821 Sweet Tobacco Spirit Man-Made. This fragrance, no matter how much I praise this, okay, it will not be enough. This one doesn't get the love it deserves. What you get from this is a very sweet honey, red wine, tobacco, and kind of like a tonka bean vanillic combination. Very sweet. If you know pure tonka, pure tonka, this is gonna be the day like this. Okay, I'm sorry. I think because Bangladesh lost, I sort of lost my mind a little bit. I'm very much, I get very disturbed when our team loses. So anyway, sorry about that. So this thing is also beast mode. If you have it on your clothes, perfect. This is also in the same vein as you can say Pure Heaven and some of the other gooey sweet fragrances like that wine accord. You will not find in many perfumes. Maybe you can find in the Lenvol or Lenvol, yeah, from that line you can get. But this one, 1821, man, this perfume, there's nothing like it. Such a good quality fragrance. Okay, so check it out. 1821 Sweet Tobacco Spirit. Top three. Number 3 is one of the most hard to find fragrances now. They're asking for about $200 for it. When I had it, I wish I could find another bottle. This is the best Versace ever made, alongside Oud Noir. And this is the other cousin of Oud Noir. I find both these fragrances very similar in the opening, but the dry down goes different direction. The Versace Oud Noir goes kind of woody spicy. Versace Man goes tobacco. This is the most masculine perfume Versace ever made that don't get the talk. The reason being, this younger brother of this, Versace Man Fresh, gets all the limelight because it was released perhaps when the fragrance community just started. So this was before the community, I think. So I think guys like Mark talked about it, but not many other people talk about it. But now it is very hard to find. If you ever come across Versace Man, it will have a purplish box, okay, and this color bottle. Buy it. By all means, buy it. I usually do not say buy a fragrance, blind buy. This is such a one of those fragrances Versace, like, they shouldn't have discontinued. If they re-release this, it will be a top seller. It's better than any other Versace, in my humble opinion. Oud Noir and this kind of like a tie, okay? So, for example, like if you talk about Dylan Blue, great fragrance, but doesn't come close to this in terms of scent quality, okay? So Versace Man, check out my review. You'll see why this is special. Spicy, dreamy, lavender, and then the tobacco. Beautiful masculine perfume. This is why I rank it so high up in the order. Oh man, what's happening with the England game? England is 4 down against South Africa. Anyway, So number two and number one, I really thought about it. Like these two are my ultimate masterpiece. I had another one I did not feature today. There's one Xerjoff, other one is an Amouage. So I was thinking like, which one do I like more? I actually feel number two is the most wearable one. Should have been number one, but I'll tell you why number one is number one. This is Naxos. You see me putting this in many lists, many endless lists because I love it so much. I think nobody hates Nexus. This is the upper class version of pure heaven. At this point, I recommend this over Thierry Mugler because Thierry Mugler is a designer and costs more than this, $250 for that. And this one you can get within $200. Okay. Designers take down niche pricing, that is hard to believe. So Nexus basically sweet, that again cherry, but the overall feel from this is just like it projects, radiates. Even the new formulation is getting darker in time. Within 6 months or so, this is gonna be super dark. It's gonna get like a brown color, and at that point, the juice color is not the most important part. The fragrance will be super beast mode. So this one, it gets like 7 to 8 hours. When it becomes mature, this will go over 10, 12 hours. Okay, that is the power of Naxos. A must-have. It's a genius masterpiece from this line. Okay, so beaten by number one. Why number one is number one? Royal Tobacco by Amouage. This was one of the perfumes I really wanted so bad in my journey. Before this, I got Boundless, which I featured yesterday. That's why I'm not featuring today. Both are amazing. I think I like Boundless a little bit more for wearability, but this thing, I just woke up and I put a little bit, like one spray, just for the lifting the mood up, because after the defeat against mighty Australia, you need some positivity. This fragrance just told me why this is so special. It's not everyday wear. You cannot pull this off at any condition, every day, any place. You need special days for it. It will be perfect for colder months. It has a very spicy tobacco with no citrus, no sweetness to play with. So this is not a playful sort of tobacco. This is a very serious masculine man, like you really mean business. Okay, this is the upper class masculine mature men's fragrance. This is not for everybody. This is not child's play, right? But I respect it so much. That's why I made it number one today above all the other ones. So do let me know which ones are your favorite, and do you like tobacco in general, or you like boozy fragrances more? Okay, and hopefully 3 months, 4 months from now, we are awaiting winter. Maybe we can rock this better, because high heat, these fragrances do not do justice. Okay, have a nice day, and thanks for watching. Love you all. Take care. Bye bye.